Hi, welcome to my channel, The Host and Homemaker. My name is Lauren Dawn, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my fall decor that I have found at either a thrift shop, an antique shop, or just a regular store where I found the prices were really good. It is very hot outside still and doesn't feel like fall at all, but I am ready for fall, so I thought this might be a fun video to make, maybe to inspire or encourage you to go look at maybe a local thrift shop that you're near and see if you can find anything that might add a little special character to your house that isn't in a normal store and wouldn't break the bank. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with thrifted items. First thing I'm going to show you is this pumpkin mug. Now it's the same pumpkin mug back here, but this one is from Target and this one is from a thrift store. So last year I bought two of these from Target. They were $5 and my family came over to help me switch out my fall for my Christmas. And in that transition, one of the pumpkin mugs broke and I couldn't go back to the store because it was out of season, and I was just like, well, there goes my pumpkin mug. And then a couple months later I was going through a thrift store and lo and behold, this little pumpkin mug was sitting there and it was only $1, and I was so excited because I truly did love these mugs because I've seen them online either on Etsy or I think even Anthropology, and they were selling them for like $30, and the fact that I got kind of like a dupe for $5 made me very happy because I really did love the mug. So when I saw this for only $1, and it's not just one similar, it's actually the same Target brand, I was so excited. So this is my little miracle pumpkin mug, and I am very excited to put it out, even more excited than I probably would if I had just had the two from last year. So now I have a little miracle mug. All right, the next thing are these two baskets. These two baskets came from a thrift store, and the big one was $2.99 and the small one was only $1.99, which I thought was a fantastic price for baskets. Everywhere you go, baskets are just very expensive if you're going to a real store. So I really do try and look at baskets every time I go to the thrift store because I love using baskets throughout my home. These give a little bit more of a fall look to me instead of the normal wicker that I use. I don't know if I'm just gonna stick some faux stems in it or maybe fill it up with some pumpkins and put it on my porch, but I am excited to use those, and the price was fantastic. All right, the next thing is this little white ceramic leaf dish. This was only $3.50. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with it. I try not to buy too many things that I don't have exact purpose for. I just thought that this would be really pretty somewhere in my home. I'm not exactly sure. It might be pretty in my kitchen because I tend to try and decorate with white ceramics in my kitchen because it tends to feel a little bit dark at times. So this might go in my kitchen, but I'm really not sure yet. All right, this little guy. I have no idea what this is. When I was going through the thrift shop, I thought this looked very fall-like, just to place somewhere in my home. But I actually, when I was deciding to check out, I kind of weeded this one out because I was like, I don't really know what this is. I don't even know if it's a fall thing. It kind of looks like fall. So I told the lady, I was like, I'm not gonna get this one. And then after I checked out, I bought other things and she just stuck this in there. So I actually got this for free, and the lady was very sweet for doing that. Now I have to find a place for this. I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna put it. I've got a couple peg racks in my kitchen, so I might put it there. So if you have an idea of where I could put this, or even if you know what this is, that I would love to know that in the comments. All right, one of the other things that I love looking for at thrift stores is faux stems. Faux stems are just very expensive usually, and I love filling my home with flowers. I mean, I have flowers literally everywhere. So I try and look for faux stems when I go to thrift shops. So I found these, I think on separate occasions, but I think from the same thrift store. Each of these were $1. White hydrangeas are very summery. So when I saw these, that they were a little yellow tinted, and then this one was brown, I thought that these would be very pretty just to put somewhere in the house. I don't know, again, these are new things, so I'm really excited to kind of play with them and figure out where I'm going to put them. You do have to be careful with faux stems when going to thrift shops. You really try and check them out because several times I bought faux stems and when I get them home, they're just falling apart. So you just want to make sure that the faux stems are good and intact because they tend to kind of make a mess when you get them home. All right, so I'm gonna show these together. I did not get them together, but they kind of go together. This little cream pitcher and then this white gravy bowl. I bought this because I don't have a little cream pitcher, and I thought the color of it kind of gave more of a fall look than all the white ceramic that I use throughout the house. I think I found this for maybe $2.99, which I thought was so good. It looks antique-y, but it has nothing on it to say that it is. But I'm really excited to put some faux stems in it. I've already kind of played with it, and I am so excited to use this. And then the gravy bowl just screamed Thanksgiving to me. I'm thinking about putting this on one of my floating shelves that I have near my kitchen. This I have showed in a previous video, and I'm really excited to use it. I don't know what this is, but it is a metal leaf dish that I found at a thrift shop. I'm very excited to use this. I've placed a candle on it to see kind of what it looks like, and I think that's what I'm going to end up doing with it, is just putting a candle on it because it looked very pretty. So now I'm going to move on to the antique things. Some of these were priced really well, and some of these were maybe a little bit more of a splurge because I found that they were extremely unique and I thought they would be really sweet to put in my home. All right, the first thing I'm going to show you that I found at an antique shop are these little sweater pumpkins. I love these so much. I can't believe I found them at an antique shop. I'm not even sure if they were truly antiques, or, you know, like when some booths have some new stuff and some old stuff. I kind of felt like this is what was happening here with these. There is a third one. But I love them, and I got them for a really good price. I feel like I got all three of them for $20, and I usually just put these on the shelf that's on my TV stand, so I'm excited to pull these back out. All right, this right here is one of my favorite things that I have found at an antique store. I think it is super unique. This is a ceramic pottery jack-o'-lantern candle holder in the shape of a paper bag. You can even see the ridges on it like a real paper bag. When I saw this, I was like, what is that? That is so cool. This was actually $30, and I felt like it was a little expensive. At an antique store, it probably was priced correctly, but I decided to get it anyways because it was so unique, and honestly, I've never seen anything like this. Last year, I put this on my coffee bar. I don't know if I'm gonna do that again. It is truly one of the things that I will treasure and take out every year and be excited to share this with my daughter for future falls and Halloweens. And the last thing that I am going to show you that I found at an antique store is just this little pumpkin. This was only $5, so I felt like that was an appropriately priced thing for me. Okay, and then I'm going to show you some things that I found in a real store that you actually should be able to still buy that I felt like were priced very well. All right, I'm going to start with these faux stems. These are 36-inch rice stems that I got from Walmart, and each little bundle, and I think each bundle comes with 3 stems, was only $4.98. 36-inch stems, if you go to Hobby Lobby or really anywhere, they're very expensive, and so I loved these. I thought that these gave a really beautiful fall look. If you want to look them up, I do believe you need to type in like rice stem or dried rice stem because they should still have them. I bought them just a couple weeks ago. All right, the next thing is, again, some faux stems that I found actually at Dollar Tree. I wanted to check out to see if Dollar Tree had anything because you never know. They actually did have a couple stems that I really liked. I'm not really sure what flower this actually would be, but I definitely feel like these are little eucalyptus stems. I actually put these in the pitcher that I bought that I just showed you, and it looks so good, and I put it in my windowsill just to see, and it looks so good that I may switch out my ivy for that. I don't know where I'd put my ivy, but I was really excited to find these, and these were $1.75 for each stem, which I thought was really good. Then I also found these at Dollar Tree. These are called a wildflower bush, and these were also $1.75. I think that these would also be really pretty in a picture. The last 2 things I'm going to share with you actually came from Michael's, which is a place I don't often shop at for home decor, but I had to go there for a different reason with my mom and sister. This is the first thing, and my mom was very sweet. She actually got this for me. It's a little vase, but it kind of looked like a crock to me, which was really something I love. I love decorating with crocks, but it had these pumpkins on it, and all of the decor at Michael's is 40% off, so this came down to $6, which I thought was a great price. All right, so the last thing I'm going to show you are these faux stems that I got at Michael's, and they came down to $6 each, and they are pretty full stems for only being $6, which I was really impressed with. I really loved the color of them. They look a little sad when you just have them kind of like out like this, but I put these actually in the little crock vase that my mom bought for me, and I just thought that this was very, very beautiful. And I like when flowers kind of look overwhelming to the vase. I love when they just stick out and kind of pile out everywhere. I think it's gonna look really pretty somewhere in my home. Well, that is it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you are getting excited for fall. I know I am. I just have to wait a little bit longer for it to feel like the right time to decorate. But I would love to know in the comments if there's something that you have found at a thrift shop or an antique shop that you just absolutely love and kind of makes fall feel like fall. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe and join me on this host and homemaking journey. I'm really excited for fall, to be putting out some more fall content in the near future. So if that is something you would love, I would love for you to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.